Hey guys, welcome back. Currently, we are returning from the end, and we found some cows that we're bringing home. This episode, I want to build a sandwich machine that will give us infinite sandwiches. And also, I'd like to, make some nice stables or pens for our animals. Oop, this is not the direction we need to go. I cannot drive without looking at the road, guys. I'm not even going the right way. These are crocodile waters. You see that crocodile over there? It's the most dangerous crocodile in all the land. Your entire arm with just one bite. I'm gonna go poke it with a stick. Take the lead, take him up, and put him and the other one next to the sheep. Okay, editing Colby, right here, I'd like to have my plan to be laid out on the screen. In order to make a BLT with the Create mod, you need 4 ingredients: bread, cooked bacon, cabbage, and tomatoes. The Farmer's Delight mod doesn't have lettuce, so just pretend. The cabbage and tomato are easy. They can be automatically harvested and sent right to the assembly line. The bread will need to be crafted from the wheat, which isn't too hard with mechanical crafters. I'm gonna pop some carrots into the auto farm to feed our hogs as well. All this means we're gonna need to sort each of these things coming from the farm so that they don't get put in the sandwich out of order. The complicated part is getting the meat, because I have to build a machine that will breed, grow, kill, slice, and cook the bacon before it even gets to the assembly line. So, before I start the factory, I want to actually build the bacon's pen. That way, I won't have to move the meat machine later on. Okay, so I'm making this sort of a bridge over here to this island. I cleared out the tree that was here. And I'm thinking these kind of islands can be where we keep some of our animals. Still working out the details, but I think this will be good. Honestly, not bad. All right, so I'm trying to figure out, I made this bridge and I think it looks good. We're going to try to have the animals over, each one on their own island. But the islands are a little small, so we might try to see if we can finagle a little bit more size out of the top of this. All right, so I finished both bridges, and I like the texturing on them. I think it all works good. This one's a little wonky, but it's okay. And I kind of planned out how big I want the islands to be. So somehow from underneath, we're going to need to kind of meld this in, make it look natural. So I'm thinking we'll just do sheep here and pigs here. Later on when we have a jetpack and stuff and it's easier to build stuff, we can have cows on another one of these that we man-make into a better island. Once we get animals in place, then I can start making a farm for, the bacon, because I need the bacon. That's going to be a little bit harder to farm. So that's why I kind of wanted to get started on this first, so at least have a place to put the pigs. And then I'm thinking we can probably put the factory right here. We'll have a little farm in the back, and to get the wheat and stuff for bread, and we'll have a little factory here, and then we can kind of ship the finished sandwiches to our house if we want.
Also, wait, don't go anywhere.
What?
Then go forward.
You have a hall of bookshelves, so we can do a lot of reading. Why is there moss? Do you like the moss there? Not too shabby. I like it. I like it. Oh, that's cool.
Well, I dug a bunch of stuff because my pickaxe is so fast. I was like,
you're like,
digging.
Oh no.
No, literally.
I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. That looks a little bit more sturdy. And he's going to be large enough. That is wonky.
So the emu war was an actual thing. Emu started eating all the wheat, which caused the farmers to call in the Australian military to deal with the problem. They used machine guns to kill the emus, but the emu's speed made it surprisingly difficult to kill them, and the military gave up.
Are you serious?
Yes.
The emu won.
Beat the Australian military.
What does that say about the Australian military? Do you hear what I hear?
An emu?
A witch, come to take its home back.
I don't know what witches sound like.
They sound like.
Just like a witch cackle plus a villager.
Yep. Brethren, I have finished the pens for the creatures. And right here we have the sheep that will go into this pen. But now we must journey onward. We must go to find the swine. All right, fine. I'll take your picture in Piggy Tunnel with the emu in the background.
This is what they call bringing home the bacon.
I like that. I love you. Guys, please don't fall. Good job, guys. We forgot about a sheep, so oops. Right this way, Mr. Pigs. All right, so Emma's on her way back with some pigs, but right now I want to do a test for our bacon making machine, and I want to see if deployers are able to feed animals. I got 2 cows, and I just want to see if it's gonna work. Yes. Okay, it does work. I just have to make it the right distance away. Okay. So I'm able to breed the cows with a deployer while they're in a boat. And so since there's 2 cows in a boat, the baby can't fit the boat, so the baby pops out. Then I can put the baby somewhere else until it grows up, and then blah, blah, blah. But I'm just doing this all for pigs. So this is going to work great. I think I don't really want the pigs, like the whole big breeding system, like to be out in the open here with the deployer and everything that I just figured out. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have like a little, like, they're gonna be bred down here, like inside the mountain, and then I'll have. I think it'd be cool to see like a conveyor belt of, baby pigs that kind of comes across this chasm on a conveyor belt. So that way there's not like big deployer and like pigs in a boat. This is just more aesthetic of looking like there's actual good pigs in there. All right. Looks like you're doing a great job.
Did you just say, wow, it looks like you're doing a great job?
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Having a ride of your life, huh? He's like nodding his head in the breeze. So far, I've set up this kind of a double conveyor belt system. Carrots will come in on the top, and they'll go into these, which feed the pigs, which then the pigs will produce a child pig, which will get carried by this water and carried back on this belt. And so I'm about to test it on recording, and let's pray that it works. I have no idea. The pig may just completely fall off of the bottom conveyor belt. I will plan on putting glass to keep it in, but we'll see. All right, we have a baby, and it's struggling to be pushed out. It's not going to want to get carried along. So this pig system with the conveyor belt is not going to work. We're going to have to use water the entire way. So the top one will still be a conveyor belt, but the bottom one will have to be water because this pig is just able to walk against it. Okay, I think I have it completed. We're about to test it out. So we have, this is the cobblestone and the dirt is not, that's just a placeholder. I just got to make sure this works before I actually make it with glass or nice things. But I have this conveyor belt coming in, which will bring in carrots. So carrots will bring in like this. They'll come in. It comes into this side here. This should, these things should split up the carrots so that there goes into both sides, and we'll fill up these deployers. And then once I hook up cogwheels, I am going to gear it down so the deployers are deploying slower, and that way we won't waste quite as many carrots when they're not really able to be bred. So it goes down. It should breed both of them, and then the baby comes out and floats down, and we'll go over here where the rest of the factory will be and grow up and become bacon. So that's just kind of proof of concept here. A little bit, the carrots go in, the babies come out. So I just cover that up, and we can put the rest of our pigs up here, and it looks like the pork is coming from the pig pen. So it's kind of just a visual thing that I think looks cool. From now on, I'm thinking quite a bit. So you know what happens when I think? I don't talk much. So I'm going to have to voice over quite a bit. Right here, you can see I'm replacing the cobblestone and dirt with glass, so it looks a little bit more nice. But there might be a few voiceovers for the rest of the video. I have the footprint kind of laid out of where I at least want the walls to be. And so here's the crops that I have. I haven't gotten tomatoes yet. But here's carrots for bacon. And then here, these three are wheat because they need, you need 3 wheat in order to make 1 bread. And then we got our cabbage, which this is like double what we need. And then these are going to be for tomatoes. So I'm going to be doing quite a bit of crafting for a minute because there's a lot of components that I'll need. No. Get wrecked. Light up the place so we don't have that kind of thing happen anymore. We have all of our harvesters go this way. Looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? After I set up the auto harvester, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the layout of the conveyor belts to determine the flow of ingredients. I went ahead and threw down the majority of the other components, but I needed to connect the meat system to make sure that I had enough space. For that, I needed to sort the baby pigs and the older siblings. Currently, all the potential bacon is just dumped into the same hole. Deployers are pretty cool. They work well for simulating a right click to place items and breed animals. But they also have a mode that simulates a left click. That will help tenderize our meat. The problem is, if adolescent pigs die prematurely, they won't produce any usable protein. So to solve this, I figured out we need to exploit the main difference between the 2 ages. Mature pigs have a 1 block tall hitbox, but baby pigs only have one that reaches half a block. So, if we drop the combination of pigs down half a block with a slab, the deployer will pass right over the baby pigs and thwack the plump ones. The deployer automatically grabs the raw pork chop into its inventory, and so from there, I just pull them out with a hopper and use a fan to push them up a chute to where they can be further processed. Next, I had to hook everything up to power and make sure it was all turning in the right direction. That's kind of where it got a little bit more messy because I had to throw in gears and gearboxes like everywhere. Also, I had to put a whole bunch of filters in the funnels so that each ingredient was pulled and pushed to the right place. To get the auto harvester completely working, I had to throw together a contraption that would keep it moving back and forth. It just made it so that every time it hit either side, it would send a signal that would flip the direction. It was really easy because the Create mod has this component that basically is a T flip-flop in a single block. At the end, I forgot I needed to cook the bacon before it went on the sandwich. So I threw down a campfire and a fan on top and hooked it up to power, and it worked pretty well. It definitely follows OSHA regulations. Don't worry. This kind of turned into a monstrosity of proportions. But look right there, ladies and gentlemen, the sandwich is being made. Incomplete bacon sandwich. Bacon sandwich number 1, coming to pop right out at you. Go ahead and grab it off the conveyor belt there. Now, try my famous, totally homemade, fair trade, homemade with our own hands, not by any machines at all. Taste it. How does it taste?
I'm not hungry.
You're not hungry. Never mind. All right, I'm just putting in the final touches. I made myself a bacon sandwich. I'm nice and hungry. I'm going to try it out right now. Mmm, tasty.
Yeah.
All right, let me show you how it works. This thing, crops. It automatically collects all the crops. And when it gets over here, it automatically puts it right into this chest right here. This chest puts carrots go this way. Carrots go along the conveyor belt. They go and they get a baby pig, and it comes back and sits right here in this hole until it grows up. And then it gets killed, turns into pork chop, which is then cut up by this deployer and turns into raw bacon, which is then cooked by this campfire, which turns into cooked bacon and goes into this chest. All the other items go through this way. We got cabbage goes in there, tomatoes go in here, and wheat goes in there. The tomatoes and cabbage go straight onto the sandwich, but the wheat goes down here along this conveyor belt, and it goes back, and it turns into bread from these automatic crafters, and it's the start, the base of the sandwich. The base comes this way, and then gets the bacon put on it, then it gets the cabbage put on it, and then it puts the tomatoes on it, right here, and then it goes into the final chest. This chest is like overflow, which I actually need to put all this back into circulation because I was just working on it while it was farming. Just broke 2 more pieces of my armor. Let's not stamp on the campfire, please, ma'am. That's a safety issue. I've been recording for 12 hours, and I have finally made my infinite food system. Thank you so much for watching, but I'm not going to make it look pretty right now. Honestly, I kind of laid out the foundation with this cobblestone, but I'm going to wait to do that for next episode. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I am so excited to never have to ever make food for myself again. I didn't take very many pictures this episode. I'm going to take a couple and then we'll say adios. But let me know what you think. If you guys want a full-fledged tutorial, let me know. I'm going to take a picture and then I'm going to log off and go to bed because that is life. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.